Smack dab in the middle of the Oprah show's 25-year run was the trial of the century, O.J. Simpson's murder trial. A defining moment in our culture that spoke volumes about where we stood as a nation when it came to race. The lights were on, the cameras were rolling right here in this studio as the verdict came down live.
It is shortly before noon Chicago time, and history is in the making. By the time you all see this, you will already know the O.J. verdict. But we, just like the rest of the country, are waiting to hear it live for the very first time.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson, a human being, as charged in count 1 of the information.
The jury has spoken. Obviously, you're very happy.
I'm very happy for his family, for his children.
I think justice was served.
Not everyone here is happy, however.
No, I'm not happy. I just feel like she's rolling over in her grave, and she said if he ever did it, he would get away with it. That's what she said, and he knows what he did.
I really believe that he is guilty. However, I think that California is relieved that he was shown not guilty because the blacks would have burned the city down. I'm very sure of that.
I believe this is a travesty of the American justice system. This is the epitome of what power and money can do for you. You can get away with the most heinous of crimes. I think time will tell who did it, and we will all look back on this day and say the jury made a mistake.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yes,
Senator.
You have doubt about O.J., you have doubt about Furman, you have doubt about just about everybody that testified, lied, and came back. There's just been lies on both sides and all throughout, and you have not, the state did not prove that O.J. did this. There was reasonable doubt.
Reasonable doubt that he was framed?
It was not him.
Oprah says it was very tough to hold back her strong opinions that day, but she was committed to pulling back the anger in the air in hopes of revealing our fears and exposing the truth of why the country was so divided.
So I remember this day. I remember it very well. And I would think I was maybe 16. I was young. I was working at this restaurant called Bill Knapp's, which is where Chick-fil-A is. If you're from Flint, Michigan, you know where it is. That's where the Bill Knapp's used to be. Anyway, I used to work at Bill Knapp's, and then I would run across the street to Chi-Chi's. I was a hustler, look. 16 years old, getting it. But anyway, I remember working, I worked first shift at Bill Knapp's. And I was young, I didn't know what was really going on. But I seen how all the white waitresses kept talking about it and were interested in it. I'm like, what the hell? I knew who O.J. Simpson was, but I didn't. I'm like, I'm trying to make some money. Like 16 and 17. I'm on 16. I wasn't even supposed to be working. But anyway, I remember, man. So I guess I'm kind of petty, like. So, like, I see people wanting this black man to go down. So I'm like, I hope he wins just because he's black. That's what it was. That's it. I didn't know the story. I knew some of the story. You couldn't help but know some of the story because it was running on TV all day for a long time. But I remember it like it was yesterday. There was no black servers in this place. The only blacks in this place was me and this cook named Phil. That was it. I think it was another guy. That was it. Bill Knapp's. The restaurant, the customers, and the staff all united. They don't even, the restaurant united with the customers. They all was holding each other, looking up at the TV. I'll never forget it. The food was smoking. I'm like, yo, ain't nobody gonna pick up a table 48? Be quiet, Randall. Stop. It's a verdict. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm a busboy. I'm like, man, what's going on? So, dang, what I do? So I'm like, dang, why everybody tripping? So, not guilty. That's what I heard. And I just seen grown women crying. Oh my God. I'm like, yo, this shit is serious. It's hell. So I had to rub it in. I didn't even know what's going on. I'm just walking through the restaurant like, I'm like, yeah, he got off. Do you know that I'll never forget this server name? She was a redhead. Her name was Kelly. Yep. And she told my manager, which her name was Jennifer, Jenny's laughing. They wanted to send me home. I'm like, what y'all sending me home for? This is how serious this was. I don't think y'all know who Juice was, man. OJ was. This was like the LSU game against Iowa that year. Not this year, but last year. It was that. People always talking about it's not about race, but it is. It is. It really is. This whole thing is about race. I watched a soccer player the other day. I watched a couple of them. I don't know their names. I think one of them got a mohawk. These grown men cry because they play soccer and they throw bananas on the field and they call them names. You couldn't do that in this country because they'll throw you out of the stadium. But they let them do it in other countries. You remember that airplane went down with all those African soccer players back in the day? Do you remember that? Do anybody remember that? I remember it. I don't think that plane went down by mistake. Because see, Mexicans and other people love soccer. I used to live in Mexico, so I know. I mean, the country shuts down on soccer. I mean, it feels like you're the only one in the world. I was downtown in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, and I'm like, you can just walk in these places and do anything you want because nobody's there. You can get a beer, you get food. The grill's still smoking because everybody's down the street looking at the soccer game. This is how serious this thing is. This whole thing is about race. This whole thing. It's about race. I'll give you another example. You had a young lady come out, a girl from Indiana State, go in on Beyonce because she went number one on in the country section or whatever. She got on there and said basically, you Negroes, y'all not country. Your granddaddy and your mammies was, but we grew stuff. Y'all picked stuff. I mean, these people can't help it. They can't hold it no more. I mean, you know this is social media, right? The video have been deleted, but I got the video. It's on my news feed. Go check it out. I had to edit it up from Ricky, Indisputable. I had to edit it to get that part, but you ain't gonna find it because they don't want you to see it. I'm telling you about racism here in this country. This is reality. It's been happening for years. You see what's his name? Jenner? Kris Jenner? What is his name? I don't know if he think he a woman. He made a post today. Good riddance. The man's dead. It's over. But they gon' do it until the end, man. They gonna do it until the end. Rest in peace to the Juice, man. I'm gonna say this and I'm out. They're not even mad for Nicole Brown. They don't even care. They're mad because a black man won. That's it. They mad because a black man won. That's all this is about. It's not even about Nicole or the family. It ain't about that. That's bullshit. Don't let them trick you. It's not about that. This is because they feel like a black man won. See, they don't want a black man to go out on top. That's why they trying to take out Cosby. But he ain't gonna. They want him to die in the cage broke and try to kill his legacy. But when he died, they're gonna run his episodes to get money. But I'll be on this all day. But I don't know if y'all know who OJ was, man. He stopped the country with his verdict. He stopped the country. Everybody, the grills were smoking. The lawnmowers was left in the yard. People, they stopped everything they was doing to see this verdict. Why? Why? because they wanted to see a black man hang. They wanted to see him hang. They wanted to see him lynched. I think that was the first televised court case. They televised it. I don't think they did that to nobody until, I don't remember nothing, but you know. All right, I'm out, man. I'll be on this all day. Y'all be easy. Peace.